Hello and welcome back to the first sit-down video in a long time, and I kind of feel bad for not doing any, but this is going to be the League One full table predictions. Now most people just do the top 6 and the bottom 4. I'm going to go through every single one of the 24 teams, predict where I think they're going to finish. Dad's only sent me in his top 6 and bottom 4 because he didn't have the time to write out all of them, but it is what it is, isn't it? So please do like this video. Please go and subscribe down below. I think we're now only 71 away from that elusive 1,000, with just over a week to go until Fleetwood away and until the League One season does get underway. Of course, we'll be there. The vlogs will be back. But please do subscribe. Please do like this video and leave a comment down below what you want to see. And not only what you want to see, let me know what your predictions are. Now we're going to start in 24th, where we have a prediction for both. I'll explain all the ones going down, explain all the ones going up. The ones in the middle of the table, I'll probably just kind of go through them and list them out. But 24th, I have put Afc Wimbledon. Now, I think they'll be facing the drop this season simply because their recruitment hasn't been very good. They haven't released a home kit yet either, so evidently something's not going right there. They've got their new ground all done. I can't wait to go. But, you know, Joe Piggott's left, their top scorer last season. He's off to Ipswich Town, who have signed a lot of players. We'll talk about that later on in the video. But I just think AFC Wimbledon don't have the players they need. They don't have the things they need in place to stay up in the division. And I think they'll be finishing rock bottom. Now, Dad's got a weird one here. Dad's gone Burton Albion. I don't know why, but I think he's going to be quite wrong with that one, in my opinion. 23rd, then, I have Cheltenham. I just think Cheltenham won't be good enough. They did come up last season. I'm not sure whether they won the league. I think they did. But it's one of the highest positions they've ever been in as a club. And I think they'll be facing the relegation in their first season back in League One, if they've ever been here before. I should probably have checked that, but I didn't. But yeah, I think Cheltenham will face the drop this season. I can't see them avoiding it. I mean, they could easily prove me wrong, but it's going to be a tough league with so many big clubs in it. And I think Cheltenham will face relegation. Dad has agreed with me on one team here, though, and Dad has said Wimbledon will finish 23rd. I've put them 24th. He's put them 23rd. Same reasons, probably. Now, 22nd, I've put a surprise. And when I say surprise, this is probably a surprise to a lot of people, because I've put Gillingham. Now, Gillingham always seem to be mid-table thereabouts. They never seem to be in danger, but even last season they were close to playoffs. But I think with all the new clubs coming into this league, some of them quite strong, I think Gillingham will struggle, and I think they'll be going down. Dad in 22nd has put Morecambe, who I have in 21st. So there we go, me and Dad agreeing with two teams. Morecambe, my 21st team, the final team to go down. I think they'll put up a good fight, but, you know, their striker, they've signed Jonah Ayunga, who struggled at Bristol Rovers last season, and they went down. I mean, I know he scored loads of goals against us, but he didn't against other teams, and that's going to be a problem for them. They could stay up, but I don't think they will. I think they'll be 21st. Dad's put Cambridge in 21st, meaning we've both got two newly promoted teams to go down. We're agreeing that Morecambe and Wimbledon will face the drop, but we're disagreeing because I think Gillingham and here we go, I'm messing up the things already. I think Gillingham and Cheltenham will face the drop, whereas Dad thinks Cambridge and Burton will. Now we're going to fly through these then, for 20th to 11th first of all. Crewe, I think, will be 20th. 19th, I think, will be Cambridge. Both of those two teams just about avoiding relegation. 18th, I think, Burton Albion. 17th, Shrewsbury Town. 16th, Fleetwood Town, the team we face next Saturday. 15th, Accrington Stanley. 14th, Plymouth Argyle. 13th, I think Doncaster Rovers will finish there. 12th, I think Wycombe Wanderers, not being able to get straight back up to the Championship. 11th, I think the Yo-Yo Club in Rotherham United will finish there. 10th, I think, will be Bolton Wanderers. Made some good signings. I think they'll be there or thereabouts. And then we get into the top 9. Now, 9th, I've put Charlton. I think they'll do well, but I don't think they'll do well enough. Nigel Adkins has got a track record of getting teams up. You know, Southampton when he did it. Yes, well done, Nigel. And they have got a couple of good signings. Stockley is their key one, I think. But I don't think they'll have enough. I think they'll be very, very close to going up, don't get me wrong. But I think 9th is quite fair from me. I like Charlton as a club. I mean, the amount of big clubs in this league this season has made it really hard to pick the playoffs and automatic promotion. I was looking at all these teams. There's 10 or 11 teams that I think could be within a shout of that top 6. But I think Charlton will miss out. 8th, I've put Lincoln City. I think they will miss out this time. Got to the final last year, losing after having a 1-goal lead against Blackpool. I just think they'll be good. They'll be good enough to be around there. They might get them, but I don't think they will. 7th is going to upset a lot of people. Now, Nathan is one of my long-term viewers. He supports this club, and it is Sunderland. I think they'll finish 7th and just miss out on the playoffs. I just can't see it happening because they haven't made any signings. They've lost a couple of players. They've kept O'Neill, but they've made barely any signings. None that have made me go, hello. I think they made one. I think he was a central midfielder. I've forgotten the name now. But for a club to get in those playoffs or automatic, so I'd have to go, whoa, that's a good signing. Or there's a couple of good signings from that club. You know, they've kept some good players and they've got some more in. But Sunderland seem to have done nothing. It's like, I don't know if anyone's seen that Simpsons clip with the Bart poking someone with a stick. Come on, do something. I think that's what their fans are doing now, and they have every right to do that because something's not right there. And I do feel bad for their fans. And we'll move into the playoffs, and the teams me and Dad think will get them. 6th, I have Oxford United. They seem to always be in the playoffs, don't they? I think they'll get them again. They'll still 6th. They did it last season. They'll do it again. Dad's got Sunderland in 6th. Once again, could happen. I've got them 7th. It will be close. 5th. 5th is where, I've just looked at both of our predictions again. It's probably where the surprise package will be for both. Now, I've put MK Dons and Dad's put Lincoln. Now, I think MK Dons will have a good shout. They've got Russell Martin in charge, a good manager there. But they've also got a few good players. They did announce the sign of Troy Parrott on loan today, who may not be a great one because he did fail at Ipswich last season in the most part. But they have a couple of players in that squad that I think will be good enough to take them up. And the manager and Russell Martin, what a job he's doing for them. He stabilised them last season. I think he'll carry them further now, and he will take them to the playoffs. Whether he takes them up, I don't know. But Lincoln for Dad, yeah, fair enough. That's a good prediction from him there. 4th. Now, Dad, I'm going to go with first. Has put Charlton Athletic, and I've put Pompey. I'm wearing the new kit because my nan got it for me for my birthday. Why not? I'm going to wear it, and I'm going to support them all season because some of the signings we've made are good. Our starting 11 at the moment, I'd say, is worthy of being in the top 6. It just depends what we can get in now. Our starting 11, as much as our fans are worrying, our starting 11 is good. We don't have many backups, no, but we have just over a week to sign them for Fleetwood, and then even longer than that to sign them for the end of the transfer window, and I think we will. I think Danny Cowley and Nicky Cowley will do great with us, and I think they'll just about do enough to get us in the playoffs. Who's to say we won't go further? Me. I think we'll finish 4th. And Dad, Charlton, another one that's probably could happen. I've got them low. I've got them 9th. But once again, definitely could happen. Now, 3rd and the final playoff spot then, which is the 4th playoff spot, the 3rd position. I have Wigan. Dad has Sheffield Wednesday. Wigan got some good players in. The reason I've put them 3rd, though, is because they're not really top-level players. Jack Watmore, they signed off us for free. Injury prone. Tom Naylor's not the great ball playing centre mid they might need. He's a very, very good clean-up player, but unless he's next to someone that can do the passing, they've got Max Power as well, who is the same player. I don't think that's going to work in the midfield. Charlie White, yes, he scored loads of goals last season, but the one game that fans were allowed back in, he just didn't do anything. He missed a couple of sitters as well. People have to remember this in the playoffs. Fans were allowed back in, and he failed. Every time fans have been allowed in, he has flopped. So let's just see if he does anything. And Dad's saying Sheffield Wednesday, I think they'll do well as well, but I'm not going to say I'm going to put them yet. Now, 2nd in the league. Me and Dad have agreed on this one, actually. I think it's the first position we've actually put the same club in. So the first team to be getting automatically promoted out of League One and into the Championship, we've both put as Ipswich Town. Now, I think a few Pompey fans have got them a bit rattled because they keep saying that we're calling them money bags. I think that's a fair thing to call them after spending £1 million on a centre-back that hasn't really played in Scotland. George Edmondson, of course, we're talking about there. They've also signed Connor Chaplin. They've signed, I think, 11 first-team players this window, which is a lot, and they've spent money on a few of them as well. So, will that see them go up? I don't know. A whole new squad doesn't always work. I do want to bring up something that Paul Cook said, though, when he said, Connor Chaplin is one of the greatest finishers I've ever worked with. Why didn't you play him at Pompey then? Just saying. But yeah, I think they will go up. Paul Cook's a good manager. He knows how to get clean teams out of the league. And I think he'll take them to the Championship. Can he keep them there? Maybe not. But I think they'll go up. Now it's time for the League One champions. Who do I think the champions will be? There's one team I haven't mentioned yet. They're massive. They play at a very famous stadium. One of the biggest in the league. They play in the Steel City. That's Sheffield Wednesday. The Owls, I think they will be champions of League One next season. I think they have the squad to do it. Still kept quite a lot of their championship level players. As much as they are in a bit of trouble at the minute in financially, they've got players that are good enough. They've got players that have done it in this league and done it in the championship before. That midfield at the minute, they've added Lewis Wing to it, will be good. Their defence is fairly solid. Their keeper's maybe not the best, but they still have Westwood. And I just cannot see them not going up. As much as this league is hard, Sheffield Wednesday have a lot of good players. Whether they're old or not, doesn't matter. They have good players. Dad's put Wigan first. Once again, could happen. They've spent a lot of money. But I think Sheffield Wednesday will be League One champions come the end of the season. Now, that is where this video ends. I've made this one in the space of about 25 minutes. I just got to edit it now. So I did do those predictions quite fast. So if you would like to leave yours, leave your bottom four and your top six in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of your clubs heading into this season, especially if you support teams that aren't Pompey. But if you do support Pompey, let me know how you're feeling ahead of our season. A video will be out next week with me and Dad talking about it. We might even do a live podcast about it. But we'll talk about all things going into the next season, what we think ahead of it. Fleetwood, there'll be a full weekend vlog for that. We're going out there for the weekend. Peterborough at home, there'll be a vlog for that one as well that I'll try and get out as soon as possible after the game. But I am working straight after, which is going to be fun. But don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Once again, we are 71 subscribers away from the 1,000. It means a lot every time you do subscribe. Please do, and I'll see you in the next one.